What's going on, guys? PlotArmorCards in the house, and today I'm here with an NR Rarity Festival Gadget deck. I have made some personal specifications and changes to this deck. I know everyone has a certain type of build that they like to use, but I feel like this has worked pretty well for me. I definitely like the NR Festival. At first, I didn't like it because everyone just was using the same decks over and over. I kept running into the same 3 or 4 decks. But now I think as the Rarity Festival reaches its end, there's a lot more variety and types of decks. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I got, and then we can look at some duels. So first, I'm running 3 copies of Gyarados Cobra. I know this is kind of like out of nowhere, out of left field, but nobody expects Gyarados Cobra in this deck, and so it works pretty well. 3 copies of Green Gadget, 3 copies of Red Gadget, 3 copies of Yellow Gadget, 3 copies of Silver Gadget, 3 copies of Gold Gadget, 3 copies of Infratrek Anchor Drill. This card is pretty broken, in my opinion. The one thing is that I can never frickin' end up drawing it for some reason. I'm running 3 copies of Cyber Dragon. It's pretty useful to be able to special summon and then just have something like Gold Gadget and then special summon another Gadget, which allows me to go into an Xyz monster. So 2 pretty powerful monsters on the field. It works pretty well. And then lastly, I have, for the monsters, I have 1 copy of Cyber Eltanin. This card I feel like is pretty underrated for this as well, just because this is a light machine, this is a light machine, this is a light machine, and so you have the ability to summon this pretty simply, if I would say so. And then I got 3 copies of MST, 3 copies of Book of Moon, 3 copies of Torrential Tribute, 3 copies of Bottomless Trap Hole, and 3 copies of Compulsory Evacuation Device. Trap cards actually been doing pretty decent in this, I would say. But let's move on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, I actually Googled what the extra deck is most people use. I know I've used this enough to know that the number 70 is really useful. Number 97 with number 92 and number C92 have been really good too. But the rest of the cards has mostly been suggestions. So 1 copy of Photon Pep, I don't know how to pronounce that. 1 copy of number 50, 1 copy of number 82, got a copy of number 80, Gaga Samurai, got a copy of Super Quantal Mech Beast. I'm pretty sure there's something after that. I don't really care. 3 copies of Heavy Armored Train Iron Wolf. And then I forgot to mention this one, but Aegeon the Sea Castrum. So this is my deck. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some duels. Alright, guys. So for this first hand, I drew Yellow Gadget, Gold Gadget, Cyber Dragon, Torrential Tribute, and Bottomless Trap Hole. And this guy is going to be using a Danger deck, which honestly I think has been pretty strong to go against. It's definitely been a struggle. But this is the combo I was telling you guys about earlier. So if I go second, and I drew another Gold Gadget, which is pretty good. If I go second, I can special summon Cyber Dragon. Then I can normal summon one of the Gadgets, which allows me to special summon Yellow Gadget. And then I can use Yellow Gadget to draw Green Gadget. So this is set up for next turn. And then I can go right into number 70, which works really well as well. Number 70's effect is going to activate. I'm going to banish his card until the end phase, I believe. And then I can attack his monster with Cyber Dragon, and I can attack directly. But then he has Danger Zone as well. Danger Zone, I feel like, is pretty decent, but it can backfire. Obviously, you need to have the danger card in your hand beforehand. That's probably what I would do before even activating this card. But then now he gets those on the field, and since I managed to attack his monster, my number 70 will go up by 300 in terms of attack points. So even if he has 2 of these on the field now, he can't really do anything to me. And then he's going to attack my Cyber Dragon. I don't really care. I have what I needed out of that turn, and so he would just manage to attack that one monster. I draw Book of Moon, which is always comes in clutch. I'm going to use Gold Gadget, and its effect is going to activate. And he uses another Danger Zone, which is kind of crazy that you drew 2 of them at the same time. Or actually no, because Danger Zone's effect lets him draw a bunch of cards, and then he probably just drew into another Danger Zone. But then he's using Shaddoll Beast. Works really well for draw power, actually. And so he gets to draw, and then I get to use Green Gadget's effect in order to add Red Gadget to my hand. Then, of course, I'm going to Xyz summon. I'm going to go into another copy of number 70. This guy doesn't stand a chance at this point. I'm going to attack him with my newer number 70. That's going to gain attack points. Then I'm going to attack his other monster with my older number 70, and that's going to gain attack points. So we're at a monster with 3,000 and a monster with 27. I'm pretty sure. So Danger Thunderbird, I would say, is the strongest one that he's able to use in this festival, because Danger Bigfoot, I think, has 3,000, so that would be tied. But Thunderbird is the strongest available option he has. And I'm playing myself because when he summoned Thunderbird, what I should have done was I should have used Bottomless Trap Hole. That would have guaranteed the safety of my number 70 at least. And then that would have made it so he wouldn't have been able to do something like this, at least. Danger response team. But he could have done it with Mothman, but it wouldn't have. And then he summons Thunderbird again, which is super annoying. And then I'm smart about it this time, and I'm going to go ahead and use my bottomless trap hole on his Mothman. So technically nothing on the field he has right now is strong enough to overturn my monster. And then he goes into a Link monster, Power Code Talker, which can get rid of my monsters on the field, so I'm going to use Torrential Tribute just so he has nothing. But at the same time, I also have nothing. So this is a bit of a predicament, but I draw get a Great Old Cobra. Holy crap, I draw this, I swear to God, in the most clutch times. I forget to set Bottomless Trap Hole here. I should have done it just in case, but I kind of want him to go off because I want to steal his strong monster, hoping for a Thunderbird, honestly. And so he discards this thing. This thing's annoying. But then he attacks me with probably the weakest danger card. I know Chupacabra's kind of weak too, but Chupacabra, at least the ones that are usable in this festival. I don't know if Chupacabra even is usable. Let's see. Did he use Chupacabra? He did use Chupacabra. Okay, so Chupacabra would be the weakest. But I snatch his monster. I'm going to set 2, and I'm going to attack him directly. And it's going to be his turn, and now it should be pretty easy for him to summon pretty much anything that's stronger, right? So he has Ogopogo in his hand, and he's going to summon that in defense mode. I think in the NR Festival, Ogopogo is pretty good just to make sure your opponent gets nothing done. And then he gets 2 Ogopogos, so the last thing I want is for him to XC summon. So I'm going to set one of them immediately, because I do not need him to XC summon into level 8. Or rank 8, sorry. And then I'm going to go into Green Gadget. Green Gadget's effect is going to activate. I'm going to add Red Gadget to my hand. And then I can immediately, using his stolen monster, XC summon into number 50. And this card came in clutch. I've never used this card before in the festival, but I can destroy his Ogopogo because it has less attack than my monster. And then he can take 1,000 damage. And now he can't XC summon. But now he has Dogman. So Dogman's going to be annoying, but I have a solution for Dogman. So as he's using his graveyard effect, I'm going to chain my bottomless trap hole in order to banish his Dogman. And then he can use his Dark World card, and then he draws another Ogopogo. Holy crap. But the random discard thing, he managed to discard his own Ogopogo. So, and then he sacrifices Ogopogo in order to summon Silva. It's Silva, Warlord of the Dark World. And then he attacks my monster, which is destroyed, so I'm running on fumes. But then again, so is he, because he has nothing in his hand, and so he cannot make the best use of his deck. I'm going to summon Red Gadget just to get Yellow Gadget in my hand, and then I am going to set Compulsory, which is going to be useful. But then he has Thunderbird. So it could have gone either way, but he destroys MST, so I'm still good. But even if I'm being honest, if he had destroyed or attempted to destroy my Compulsory Evacuation Divide, I would have just returned his card to his hand before it was destroyed. And now I can summon Yellow Gadget and immediately go into an XC summon, and I'm going to go into number 70. And number 70 is going to let me attack him, and then it's going to gain attack points. So number 70 is at 27. I'm not sure if he has any more copies of Thunderbird. I believe he's ran through 2 of them. But I guess he has nothing else because he calls it a duel, guys. And next up, I got a Cyber Dragon, Great Cobra, Red Gadget, an MST, and a Torrential Tribute. So, since I'm going first, Cyber Dragon is not going to be as useful here. But I can set my Great Cobra and then set my spells and traps. And this guy just has an entire field of trap cards. Like, holy crap. And so I just MST one of them because screw it. And his Phantom's Knights card is what gets destroyed. And then I'm going to use my Infratrack that I'm pretty sure I just drew. And he's going to bottomless it, which I was thinking he had something or other like that. Because he has so many cards on the field. Most of the common cards are like Torrential Tribute, Bottomless Trap Hole. That type of stuff is very common, so it's expected. And then, while I special summon Red Gadget, he's going to negate its effect. Well, I feel like he should have waited for something stronger, because Red Gadget's effect just lets me add another gadget. I believe it's Yellow Gadget. Yes, it is Yellow Gadget to my hand. I can get a lot of stronger monsters out on the field, and I think that should have been saved. But he's going to use Card D to draw 2 cards and end his turn. Then I draw another Cyber Dragon. It's probably the worst time to get it, but I can make good out of this because I can sacrifice it to summon Cyber Dragon. Then I can attack directly. And now I'm going to go ahead and call it a turn. And now that it is draw phase, he's going to be using his spell card here. This card is True Draco Heritage, and then the other Draco continuous spell card as well. He destroys one of them to summon his Majesty Maiden. and then he destroys my tribute, which is fine. I just didn't want my other cards getting destroyed as well, because Great Cobra I feel like is going to be coming in very handy. So he's going to attack my Cyber Dragon. I'm going to lose 1,000, and he has a bunch of continuous spells and traps on the field. The last one in the middle has to be some sort of bait, so I kind of had a feeling that I should maybe just set another Cobra instead of summoning Cyber Dragon. Plus, I wouldn't be able to do anything with Cyber Dragon anyway. So Hunch was right. He used compulsory to send Cobra back to my hand, but I still have a Cobra on the field. And what do you know? He didn't expect it. So he attacks the Cobra, and I can just body snatch his 3,100 attack point monster. And going into my turn, I'm pretty much set, because I got a Gerda Cobra I can set, I got a Gold Gadget, and a Cyber Dragon. While I attack, he uses Book of Moon, which does destroy my Gerda Cobra, but it's my card. So technically, he's still on my side of the field, because if Gerda Cobra would be destroyed, normally I think it would destroy my Majesty Maiden. Yeah, that's right, it's mine now. Majesty Maiden, but since he set my Majesty Maiden, I guess it doesn't apply. So Gold Gadget allows me to special summon Infratrack. He's then going to bottomless his own card. And then I'm going to go into number 30, and then I'm going to attack with number 30, so he can take as many life points as possible. And then main phase 2, I'm going to use number 30's effect in order to bring out number 92. If he summons anything else, I'm going to make sure it's gone by the end of next turn. And so he goes into card D, and then he goes into Moon Mirror Shield, which is pretty decent combo, I guess. And then he's going to get over my monster, my baby, my precious number 97, and then I'm going to use my card's effect to just destroy all of his cards on the field, and then he uses his Moon Mirror Shield's effect. He's going to pay 500 to get it back to his deck. I kind of went for a risk here. I sacrificed my monster to go to Cyber Dragon, and then I flipped Great Cobra to attack mode, and he didn't have anything he can do about it, so it looks like I'm going to win this one as well. Alright, guys. Anytime I draw a Silver Gadget, an Infratrack card, and another Gadget card, I'm pretty much set to go. Now, this guy is the first time I've ever seen this deck being used in an NR Festival, but I'm surprised no one else is really using it. He's using a Gladiator Beast deck, so I didn't realize so many of the Gladiator Beast cards were Ns and Rs, otherwise I probably would have been trying it as well. I might try it for maybe a video tomorrow or the day after. Depends on how long the NR Festival is still here, actually. But I'm going off of my combos, summon 2 of my cards plus a Gadget. I'm going to go into number 70 with these 2. I wanted to save this one because 1, it has the highest attack, and 2, it can level manipulate. So I can then attack directly. He's going to MST my face down, which is Book of Moon. It's not too much of a problem right now for me. So then my number 70's effect activates it and gains attack. I do have Great Cobra for backup, but I also have Silver Gadget and Yellow Gadget, so I can immediately go into summons after this. And his card comes back, though. So Gladiator Beast, but it doesn't matter because my card's stronger than him now. And then his card needs to be shuffled back into the deck, like most Gladiator Beasts. And it is my turn to draw. So, just to be on the safe side, I wanted to set Great Cobra because he does have 3 face downs. So most of the time, you never freaking know what the hell that ends up being. And that can really change the tide of the battle. So I just wanted to play it safe. And then he's going to go for his Gladiator Beast Darius, and then I'm going to go for Great Cobra. Since he destroyed my Great Cobra, I can use this effect. But he's going to MST my Cobra, which does destroy his Darius, so he has nothing on the field. I have a 3,000 attack point monster, and you need to be safe in these situations. If I had summoned something, who knows what the hell he would have had. He MSTs his own card, and it ends up being Torrential Tribute. So yeah, had I special summoned another monster, I would have been screwed. Good thing I was smart about this and just attacked him directly. Well, guys, there you have it, my Gadget deck for the NNR Rarity Festival. If you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. And oh my goodness, look at the time.
It's time to do